if Dana Gordon was navigating today on television, could what would that be like? What
What do you mean? Like on, you mean, what do you mean? Like within the show or as a, because, there's obviously now since Entourage, like women are running studios and running networks and running a lot. So whereas when we were doing Entourage, it was such a novel idea. Sherry Lansing was like the one big. Well, no, there was a few. There was actually a few at that time, but there weren't very many as there are today. So, what do you mean by that question? Do you mean like within the show?
No, you just answered my question. That's exactly what I meant by it. My manager was on a call with CBS with everyone there, and like almost every woman in a position of almost every person in a position of power was a woman, and it's all because of Dana Gordon.
Yeah, it's all because of Dana Gordon. No, I mean, I think it's incredible though. That's what entertainment does, right? It sometimes we can put characters in roles that aren't as prevalent and can show what that can do and how that can change things. That's what entertainment does, right?
This is a tough one. And I know you, Constance, you may drop the gloves. Where do you think Ari would be navigating this time?
Oh, navigating this time.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like he would have, how when people are recovering alcoholics and they have a, is it a buddy, like a
sponsor?
I feel like Ari, that Ari,
yeah.
This is where it gets weird, right?
Yeah.
Where you're like, you, but not you. The character you played on television.
Right.
That I feel like that Ari would still be working in the way that he worked because he was good at his job. But he would kind of have to have this like cohort, like almost like a co-host that would be like, that was a little too much, or be careful,
right.
Or, because look, people don't change. And what people do is they have to adapt. And, Ari Emanuel is still doing his job the way he's been doing his job. He just probably can't get away with as much as he used to get away with, let's just say. And it's having an awareness. But I do think that Ari had the level of awareness. And the reason why I say that is because, bringing it back to the storyline of you going back to your wife is there was that part of that soft soul of Ari that we all got to see and appreciate. So I just think that Ari would have leaned a little bit more into that and, maybe have realized that he could still get as much done by maybe not yelling as much.
Right.
But, I think it's why people loved Ari so much too, is he was always saying the things that everybody wished they could say, but didn't. And,
yeah.
So
that's what's so interesting, by the way, think of some of the things that Ari said to Dana, about Cabo and things that went down and all this crazy stuff. So it wasn't just the tone of his voice, which he was yelling a lot. It was what he was saying. And, they obviously had this relationship and he loved Dana and loved his wife and loved Lloyd. And there was tough love everywhere. And he had just a way of expressing himself that was authentic to him. And he was abrasive and funny and all of these different things that today might be thoroughly misunderstood.